It's Friday! So we went away last week, so we're going to have a look, probably more on Sunday's video about that. We've got some new vans coming in. Auction prices, don't get me started on auction prices. So we're going to have a word and a look at some auction prices and see what they did. Little coach with Olympia, so this is just coming a little 380. Very, very nice van. We've had quite a lot of vans come in. We sort of missed the opportunity to do a video the other day where the yard looked fairly empty, so I'll try and get a little screenshot if I can of where the yard looked pretty empty with everything that had been going out, and now we're stocked back up again, so getting there back again. We've got 4 vans sort of going out this weekend, and then 2 over the back that are going out, and then a few more that are sold. So a few dealers have sort of said actually it's been quite quiet in May, but we've found that it's been completely the opposite. We're probably about 20%, 10-15% in reality up for May. Chris getting vans ready. It's all 3 again yesterday. 3's his magic number. 3's his look at him, he's pumping it, he's pumping it. 3 yesterday. So sales for us, I don't know why, have been quite strong. And what we sometimes do is we look at auction prices, and that'll give us an idea of what the market's doing, and this might surprise you. So as we're going through these ones that have just come in, we're going to have a quick look, and then Sunday's video we'll have a proper look, and sort of go over what prices have been doing and be quite honest and blunt and show you exactly what happened. So nice Adria, we'll have a good look in this. This is lovely. So this is 2017, 1800 kilograms maximum, but only 16,995. Got the nice big silver sides, got a motor mover fitted. Oh, have you seen in this side? Yeah, you've been in this one. Nice, isn't it, this? So 8 foot wide, nice big van. We didn't manage to buy anything from the auction, in all honesty, because prices were too expensive. So I'd seen a few comments from other dealers going, oh yeah, it's been a bit of a rubbish month, it's not been great. We've had a really good month and a good year so far, to be fair. We're actually, in total for the year, we're about 20% up on last year. This month alone we're about 10-15% up, as I say. So I sort of thought, oh, actually, if other dealers aren't doing very well, we might be able to steal some stock from the auction, get it really, really cheap, and sort of, my bubble got burst quite quickly. First one up, so 2020 Swift Eccles 650. It's got a trade value at the moment of 15,740, and coming up now, you're going to see what it actually did at auction. Now remember, at auction you've got auction fees on top, you've got delivery or collection fees on top, and then the reason that normally the auction is the place that caravan has gone is because there's issues with it. So 9 times out of 10 when you get it back, you find things aren't working, you end up spending a fair bit of money replacing it. So we sort of budget for about £1,000. So if we're buying from auction, we want it a good £1,500 behind what the trade value is, and that will allow us then to sort of put anything right. And yeah, just see what happens on prices, because this was one that I thought, oh, I might be able to get this, and it went mad.
7, any advance up the codes provisioning sold up the code 16.7, same chance up the code the hammers up the codes provisioning sold up the code swans 16.7 the code 8, 16.8 up the code 9, 16 up the code 16.9, any advance up the code will ask the question up the code 16.9, one fair warning up the codes provisioning sold up the code swans goes twice.
So yeah, 17.3 books at 15,740. And then you've got fees on top of that. So whoever's bought that, and again, sometimes the auctioneer will run prices up, to be honest with you. So sometimes they don't always get sold, but normally when they've gone so far over book, it's that there's a couple of dealers are fighting and trying to buy the same sort of thing, and that's what pushes the price up. So sometimes you do have to be careful, and we'll look in a couple of weeks time at what goes through the auction and see if any of these didn't actually get sold, because again, sometimes, as I say, the auctioneer can just run the price up and he's not actually got anybody bidding. So you can't always tell it Exactly, and that's why we'll normally look on in a couple of weeks' time, see if that same van has gone back through the auction, and that means obviously there wasn't a buyer on it. But in general, looking at us as across the board, what everything sort of did, it was all very similar. And as we go through, we'll put the other ones up, and again I'll show you what the trade value is, what the price did, and then roughly what it's going to cost the dealer once they've got it back to base. So this, as I say, 2017, sorry. Adriadora Ozonzo, 8 foot wide, 16,995. Nice big fridge freezer, nice big kitchen area, nice. Have you seen how the beds sort of?
Lifts up.
They're pretty cool, aren't
Yeah.
they? That's quite good. And again, that's normally sort of reading in bed, or if you're going to watch TV. I was looking to see whether there's a TV bracket there, and there's not. There's no TV bracket. It'd be ideal place for a TV bracket, that would, wouldn't it? So yeah, lovely big van that's just come in. On Sunday's video, we're going to have a look at, was the camping in the lorry a disaster, or did it all go well? And also, what are my 5 top gadgets? What did I fit that has been an absolute amazing fit, and also what Wi-Fi that we went for in the end as well. So don't miss Sunday's video if you're sort of interested in that. Have a look, and again we'll have a proper look at some of these. So another one that's just come in, 2021 Sprite Major 4 EB, so that's got the island bed at the back. 2021 17,995. So again, I don't know, it's difficult to say. Some dealers I think that have sort of said, oh gosh, it's been really quiet, it's not been as busy. We have been very picky on the stock that we've been buying. So again, I've been, if we've had inquiries come through and it's like, oh, I don't think that's going to fly away, I've just not been buying it. Simple as. So I've only been buying stock that I think is going to fly away. So Bessicar Cameo at 580. We've had a few big of the sort of Swift Elegances and Swift Bessicars, which is Swift, that have come through, and they've absolutely flown away. So we've carried on that theme. So nice 580, air conditioning. Again, if you look at this value for money, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see if there's anything that was comparable at the auction on to this, but I don't think there really was. So this is 2016. It's the 580, so a really good layout, nice big washroom at the back. We've got a microwave on order. When we tested the microwave, that wasn't very good, so we're getting a new microwave fitted. It's got the air conditioning, so that alone was well over £1,000. And then obviously you get more fittings within the Bessicar. They are again heavy, 1750 maximum. 17,995. So again, when you actually look at everything that you've got in this with the aircon, it's a nice priced van. So again, you'll find that some of our videos previously where we've had Lunas and people have gone, oh, I wouldn't touch a Luna, I wouldn't buy a Luna, no dealers want Luna. Coming up next at the auction was a Luna Clubman SI 2011 with a trade value of 5,230. Now remember, I've said by the time you've put fees on top, once you've got it back and you've found things aren't working, you end up replacing stuff. We like to try and buy stuff £1,000, £1,500 behind the book. That will owe us about book value, trade value. So this had got a trade value of 5,230. So let's have a look what this did at the auction.
So the bit of the goes for warming up, bit of the goes once, 51 and 50, bit of the goes twice for the fine warming up.
So a little bit better, 5,150, but again, by the time you've put all your fees on, you're actually £1,000 over book value. So not a cheap van. And the next one coming up, a really nice van, and I was very interested in this because this looked really nice. Coachman VIP 545 2021. We'd sold our one again, so that's gone. And we had a nice Bailey Unicorn Cadiz. Let's have a quick look at that actually. We've got a couple more in part exchange that are coming through. So yesterday the Bailey Unicorn Cadiz came in part exchange against our Coachman. And that had got a trade value of 18,790, and you'll see now it actually did 19,100 through the auction.
19,1 up to the go, the hammers up to the go, 19,1 goes twice. We'll ask the question.
So that was a 2021. So again, by the time you've put £1,500, again, the more money that you spend at auction, the more your fees are and the more expensive it sort of gets. So by the time you put all your fees on that, you were actually about £2,000 over what the book value was. So it just didn't make sense at all. That was a nice one that come in part exchange yesterday and literally got sold straight away. We've got the little Magnum, so that's going to come in part exchange. So next week, hopefully, that will be going on sale. And then we've got 2 or 3 more vans still to come in. I'm just trying to look for new ones that have just come in that haven't got sold. So the Coachman 580 there, that came in last week. We had a sneak peek at that, but it got sold straight away. So I think price is the key, which is why we didn't buy anything from auction. We don't really normally buy anything from auction, but everything. There's a little lunar quasar now coming up, which is a bit closer to where we wanted to be. So bottom book on this was 6,620.
57.50, bit of the go, 57.50, bit of the goes once, 57.50, bit of the goes twice.
And as you see, it did 5,750. So again, by the time you put your fees on, it owed you about book value. So about right. That wasn't too bad. And then this next one coming up now, Sprite Major 6 2014. This has got a bottom book value, a trading value of 7,660. And as you see, it actually did 8,400. So again, by the time you've put the fees on there, there's no profit, there's nothing. But again, that sort of gives us a good idea of there are other dealers as well that are finding that the market is quite buoyant and has been really good, to be fair, which is what we found. So hopefully it carries on and we get more of this nice weather. And I still feel that we're due a really good summer, which is going to bring more people through. We're up on last year on sales, so I think that's how things are going. We're going to have a look at a little bit of a tip on Sunday's video, which is going to be to do with the Aldi central heating. We've got the different gadgets that we've sort of fitted on the lorry that have been brilliant, to be fair. They've really worked well, and I think if I did it all again, I don't think there's anything that I'd really change. Probably just doing it a bit quicker. That's my only thing that I'd probably try and get it done quicker. Nice, elegant. So again, on Sunday's video we might have a look in that, and again on some of these new ones that have just come in. I think there's a couple that we've missed that have come in, so we'll have a proper look at those on Sunday's video, in between looking at our best gadgets that we fitted on the lorry build and why they don't fit them to caravans as well, things that we're looking at. And again, it might be good upgrades if you're thinking about doing things to your caravan or adding things to your caravan. There might be some nice little tips there that will help you along as well. Don't forget to have a look at our Facebook page, our Instagram, our TikTok account, so go and have a look at those. Isabel's been killing it on the Facebook, so the followers on there are absolutely flying through the roof. So if you're not already followed, head over to Facebook, get on there. Instagram as well, we're getting more and more onto Instagram, so have a look what Isabel is up to over on that. We'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video informative. We'll have a look in a couple of weeks at whether any of these vans didn't actually sell, and then if they go back through the auction, what they do and sort of what happens. So that'll be a nice little update in a couple of weeks to make sure that actually did these vans at auction sell, didn't they sell, because that sometimes does happen, as I say. But my feeling was that actually most stuff you can get an idea of when the auctioneer sort of has sold it or hasn't sold it, and most of the stuff seemed to sell. So I think we're fairly confident that other dealers are finding that the market is quite good as well. So we'll see in a couple of weeks. Don't miss Sunday's video, don't miss our socials. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching on Mark at the Caravan Place.